All right, we live.
What up, y'all?
We are live.
Like this here. We're gonna do a little something like this here.
All right, what's up, y'all? What's going down, man? What is going down? Everybody, wait a minute. I can't see nothing that y'all are saying.
How y'all doing?
Can y'all hear us good?
Yeah, let us know.
Let us know if y'all can hear us good, please. I gotta log in YouTube. Hey. Excuse me.
Man, let me know if my face greasy because I tried to get rid of it. Fred just look. Mama Twin and Fred just fed you boys some Texas.
Hey,
Good eat.
they don't know twins.
Oh, my
They
bad.
don't know about that. It's okay.
Never mind. We had to start over.
What's up, y'all? Okay. All right.
I ate good. I ate good.
Yeah, we just sorry y'all. We late. We just finished grubbing. We just finished eating some food. Oh, y'all see y'all can barely hear us? Can y'all hear us? Or no? Let me know.
Oh, hold on. The placeholder. What you say?
Huh?
I got a message.
Go ahead.
My man James is on. What's up, James?
Okay. Okay, good. They said they can hear us good. All right, man. All right. So, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Cigar Head TV. Welcome, 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 welcome.
Yes, yes.
Thank you. Today we have a special guest, and I'm gonna read y'all comments in a minute. If you guys have any questions for Mr. Ron Brown himself, the owner of RTB Cigars, and if you guys remember, I reviewed his cigar. I reviewed his cigar a while back when I did the Black Oak Cigar Review series. As a matter of fact, we're smoking that very cigar that right now that I reviewed. This is called the Finale. Now, Ron, tell us about. Well, for one, here's the question. Here's my question to you. And you know, we brothers, so I already know. But the people that don't know, how did you get started smoking cigars?
Well, a good friend of mine, I was home visiting. We went out and he's like, hey man, here's a cigar. So I started trying it. Of course, I did that age old thing that you shouldn't do. I inhaled it. It was a rough night. I got through it though. But the one thing I did was I remembered how much I really did enjoy the situation outside of the puking. So then, fast forward, I went into law enforcement and got injured on the job. Started rehab.
Thank you for your service, brother.
I appreciate it. Great time. And then my rehab actually had good friends that would pick me up and take me to the lounge, bring me back home. You know, if I couldn't get picked up or dropped off, if the wife couldn't pick me up or drop me off. Excuse me. And I'm sitting in the lounge one day. And I'm like, why can't I get my own cigar line? Now, I had those like, hey man, come on now, it's the medicine talking here. Take a drink and have another cigar, bro. You talking out your mind.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but I was serious.
Right.
I was like, man, I'm really dead serious about this. And so I went through the situations that everybody does. People talk about being blenders, people not blenders, the fakes, the reals, the frauds, just the whole 9 yards. Anyway, got through all of that. Fast forward, met Dr. Caffey and put together a blend for me. We actually we talked about it, put it together. Um, Things just kind of took off from there. And as I've grown as a brand owner, being a musician, I believe in collaboration. So
Mm-hmm.
I believe in collaborating with others. So that means I believe in collaborating with not just one factory, but multiple factories as well, just to make that happen.
Right.
And that's the long that's kind of like the abbreviated Cliff Note version.
Mm. Okay. That's an interesting story. Very interesting story, bro. Yes, he has been making moves. Wait a minute. I wish we could set this up,
No, move that stuff over. Put it right there in front.
You ain't gonna be able to set it up, bro.
Oh, well, you can.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to hold it. I'm gonna have to hold it. So, talk to us some more about your cigars, man. I know, I'm sure that. Can y'all hear me? I don't have to talk like this, right? Okay. But no, tell us more about your cigar, man. The blend and how you came up with, how you came up with your cigar.
Okay. So, I'm a musician. I went to school for music education.
Mm-hmm.
I've currently started my own indoor drum line, and so everything that has to do with the cigar line is musically based. So you have the Connecticut blend, which is the aria. So the aria is really light, flavorful, and
Mm-hmm.
that's the aria in a concerto. That first song you hear in usually the group of four
Right.
is something light, lively, enjoyable, and really smooth. So then that's the aria. Now the aria is a Connecticut blend, um, mainly Nicaraguan, Honduran, filler binder wrapper, and oh, and also has some from DR in there as well, from filler.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's pretty much what you get in the Connecticut, which is why it's called the aria. Now, moving forward, we have the finale. The finale is usually the last part of a concerto. The concerto, the finale, it usually has essences, things that you've heard, other different notes and rhythms and stuff like that, but it's the final piece.
Right.
So in that particular series, um, we went bookend from first part of the book to the end of the book. So first part of the concerto to the end of the concerto.
Mm-hmm.
So in the finale, you've got a Cuban seed, Habano Maduro. You have Honduran and Ecuadorian filler with a Honduran binder, and you get flavorful notes. It's not super heavy that you get sick from it. It just provides good flavor and consistent from start to finish. And the object was, no matter when you lit it or what you had, the draw itself was going to be really good from start to finish. Hopefully not binding to where you get done. It's like you're trying to suck ice cream through a straw.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, we've all had that. Or you start pulling stems or anything out of that, which is funny because first time we met, I think you pulled out a stem every time we went live.
Man, every time we went live, I would pull out a stem that was close to as long as this cigar is right now.
Yeah. And the thing about it is, we try to make sure that, I don't know if you can see it, but there's great smoke output on the front end. But the way you check the opening of the cavity, or however you want it, the construction of it, when you make a draw, is there at least some smoke coming out the tail, that top part?
Yeah.
And that shows that it's a clear path. If you do a draw in a cigar and there's no smoke coming out there,
Mm-hmm.
it's probably pretty tight. Now, don't get me wrong, okay? And for those of you who want to come for me, don't. I'm just telling you what I've noticed. Okay? When it's too tight, I don't get any smoke coming out of it. That's just my personal opinion. I didn't take the doctoral class to come up with that synopsis or theory. So just take it for what it is. And so the idea was to just make it an enjoyable smoke. Making sure every time you smoke a cigar, you know what? It was enjoyable. You had a good time.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the progress at the time, or the position at the time that I had. Over time, I've progressed, learning different things that I need to know about not just my brand, but also about this thing they call a cigar
Right.
that I enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Now keep in mind, when I started this, I had only been smoking 6-7 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Now that I didn't know.
Yeah, I had only been smoking 6 or 7 years.
Okay.
And I was just like, man, I really enjoy this. I really like this, and I don't wanna just be a part of the community. I want to contribute to the community.
Mm-hmm.
I want to contribute something, a great product. So that meant I had to do my homework. And so, like everybody, you think you're ready, so you go ahead and make your move. Boom. And you realize there's still more for you to learn.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with that. But the problem is when you act like you've made it, when you still don't know what you're doing.
Right.
So I always consider myself continually learning, continually looking for different things and starting to learn other things that I may not know at the time.
Right.
So, but at the same time, always looking to have fun and just be a real person, not be somebody that's unapproachable.
Right. I guess that that like being yourself plays a part of it, and that's why if for everybody that follows us on Instagram, they see that we get on we get on live. So like for this right here, this is just natural. This is our first time actually meeting in person.
Yeah.
So it's actually pretty cool. It's actually pretty cool to actually sit down. Feel, you know what I'm saying? Just we really sitting down now. It's not just an Instagram live. It's not a virtual thing. He's actually here right now in the flesh, and it's just good to surround yourself with good people. And Ron, I'm glad that that thank you for being here for one. I thank you for being here.
No problem.
I said I was gonna start doing stuff like this, and I wanted to bring you first on onto this platform that I have, instead of just doing it on Instagram. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So wait a minute. I had a quick. When you have a question and then it just leaves.
I'm 50. I got that all the time. I'm 50. Look, y'all know I said, hey, I'm 50. It happened, okay? What do? I act like I didn't have nothing to say. I just keep going.
Just keep going. All right, well, look in.
That's the young buck in him. He'll get past it. He'll get past it. When you 50, I'm going to go ahead and fake that.
Hey, man, look. Okay, so for because you have 2 cigars on this line, correct?
Yes.
You have the Aria and you have the Finale.
Yes.
Okay, please, can you explain to them the Aria? Explain explain your blend, explain your band. Oh, that's another thing too, the band. Because I know there is a significant part to the band. We have Edition 83. Hold on, let me show the people real quick. Hold on, y'all, let me show y'all.
I broke down the flavors already, but I'll break down the band this time.
Oh, yeah. The band. Wait, let me show y'all. You see the band? It now the notes on it don't make up a song.
No, they don't.
But Eric, there's the band there. Wait, can y'all see that? My bad. There you go. RTB Band. So.
All right. So, in breaking down the band, so what we have is, I'll start from the bottom. The Edition 83. Back in 1983, I started playing the alto saxophone. So if you move up towards the top of the band, as you rotate the band around, if you're looking at the band, it'll probably be on the right side. You'll see a saxophone playing. That was 1983. I'm playing an alto saxophone. So as you rotate it back to the front where it has the RTB, you can look on the left and the right side. You'll see a pair of drumsticks. I later transitioned into being a percussionist. And that's what I went to school for, being a percussionist. So the band itself really kind of tells my life story as far as music goes, with the start of 1983, going with the alto saxophone, and then transitioning into RTB Cigars, as you see in the middle, with the drumsticks being on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Now I will tell you, the plan is definitely to do something in the future where the actual notes and something actually, for those of you who like to be musically inclined, it'll play something for you. But we'll see. We'll see how that works out.
I think it should be a DMX song.
Yeah, but then I might have to get the rights for that.
Oh, well, will you? If you actually took out the time to make the notes for it?
Yeah, because it's still his music.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
I just might have to write something fresh on my own.
Speaking of music, since you are a music lover, so when you smoke your cigar, what music do you like to listen to? Because I know for me, what gets me ready just to enjoy a cigar is, for me, here's my little ritual thing. Get my cup, pour my drink, whatever I'm drinking, pour my drink, grab the cigar I want, sit down, grab my phone, play BB King first. I always play BB King. Now, If anybody know the BB King album with him and Bobby Blue Bland,
Mm-hmm.
classic. You can't beat it. That's a classic. That is a classic. I can sit down all day and smoke cigars and listen to that entire album just from start to finish. So what's yours, man?
I think for me, is when I combine my love of music and cigars all together at the same time. It's when I'm smoking a cigar, I have the drink of choice, and I'm writing music for my drum.
Oh, okay.
It's where I'm the most creative.
Hmm.
It's where I write some of the just dopest stuff that I feel is ridiculous. I used to teach at Johnson C. Smith.
Hmm.
I taught the drum line there for a few years.
Hmm.
I wrote one of the sickest bass drum solos I've ever written in my life. And I was smoking a cigar,
Hmm.
and I want to say, if I remember correctly, I was sipping Jack Daniels.
Jack Daniels. Wait, is the single barrel?
No, just a regular
Just-
Jack.
just regular
Daniels.
Jack.
Yeah, regular Jack.
Cause I know you like Gentleman Jack.
I like Gentleman
I
Jack.
know you like Gentleman
Yeah.
Jack for sure.
But I was, and that was the thing, because normally I would be drinking Gentleman Jack, but I was just drinking a regular Jack Daniels,
Hmm.
and I was just sitting there, sipping, smoking, and I'm just writing. I'm
Hmm.
in my own world. I do have some light music playing in the background, and it's usually jazz, light playing in the background while I'm working on drum stuff.
Hmm.
But it's not it's just to break the silence, and I'm not paying attention to it. It's like some of y'all that turn the TV on and you don't watch it, but you're doing something else.
Right.
It's just to get rid of the silence, and that's the most fun that I have, that I love. I can't wait for it. So it's a lot of fun, and that's my spot where I call it I'm in my zone.
Yeah.
I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm writing music, and I'm smoking a cigar, and it's one of my most peaceful moments.
Right.
You know. Other than that, if I'm not writing music, I'm listening to old school R&B. And when I say old school, I'm talking. I go back
Go back
90s, 80s.
Barry White. You
I
be
mean,
playing some Barry White.
Barry White, Keith Sweat and his crying tale.
Keith Sweat.
I wanna know. All of that, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, I love all of that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's. If I've had a long day,
Mm.
boom, old school R&B. Sit back, got my cup, got my smoke, and it's just loving life, man, and just feeling fortunate and blessed that I'm in a position where I can actually. It may have been a rough day, but you know what? At the end of the day, I'm here.
Right.
And I'm doing what I love to do, and it's amazing, man. I mean, and I tell people all the time, you're undefeated because nothing is taking you out.
Right.
So you're undefeated. Any obstacle you've ever had in life,
Hmm.
you're undefeated.
Right.
So why be down on yourself?
Right.
Why get upset? Why let a life circumstance change your position? You are undefeated.
Right.
So I'm gonna win. The fact that I'm still here, I'm winning. So when I have my ups and downs in this industry that I love so dearly, guess what? I keep moving because don't take it as a disappointment or something that's tearing you down. Take it as a learning experience. Learn from it and move on.
Right.
Because if you let it take you out, then really you took yourself out. The situation didn't take you out.
Right.
You took yourself out.
True.
Hey, let's go. Winning all day.
And that's great to have that mindset when it comes to doing something that you really want. Like that's one thing my parents have always told me: make sure you put your best foot forward in whatever you do. And that's and I know with the channel I know I it's crazy. I think I was just talking to you and Shadow. Shout out to Shadow. Shout out to Trey. Prayers for my brother Trey as well. So when I was talking to y'all, I was like when I was watching my older videos and seeing how far I've come, just as a person, because just I still developing my own niche. You know what I mean? Just doing something, developing my own style. everybody has that point, and I think I'm doing a pretty good job of
I
doing
think you
doing
are.
my own thing,
I think you
just
are.
being me, cause that's just me. Everybody know when I get on camera is this just me. Period. You meet me, we're gonna be the same person, and I feel that's important. For anybody that's doing this, that decides they want to, even as an owner for yourself, because I mean, people,
Keep talking.
yeah. No, but like when people see you, they don't want to know. They want to know the real you. Like they want to see the real you. You as a person. Who are you? And I think that's important. I think that's important all the way around. Just to just to be yourself, man. That's why I rock with you so hard, man. Cause you yourself, like you are yourself. And it's a lot of people that that act one way
Right.
here, and then they act another way there. And I think that's important, man. So, um,
There's no need to be anything but yourself, because at the end of the day, being yourself is the most important thing.
true, very true.
Yeah.
Ooh, I made it. My arms are short. My arms are short, man. Let's see. What's up, Double H? What's going on, everybody? I hope y'all can hear us good. I know some people saying that we sound distorted.
I don't need to yell there.
What's up, Booby? We got Booby in here,
Booby.
man. All right, um, so when you're not smoking RTB cigars, what cigar are you smoking?
Man, I like a wide range of things. A lot of stuff, it
Good
depends on
drop.
the mood I'm in.
Good job.
It depends on the mood I'm in. I like the Oliva V,
Mhm.
the Milano, of course. CEO Brazil. That's a great choice for me. One of my go-tos.
Mhm.
Um, golly, man, it honestly depends on the mood I'm in. I like a lot of the Liga stuff. I like the 9 to 52. Um, on the Fuente side of things, I like the Between the Lines. I like the Shark stuff. Shark.
You like which one do you like better? Do you like the Eye of the Shark better than Between the Lines, or you prefer the Between the Lines?
I'll be honest with you, it depends on the mood, because I had a Shark has more strength than the Between the Lines.
Right.
Between the Lines is just, for me, I like Between the Lines because I like the story behind it. We talked about that. I like
Right.
the story behind Between the Lines. It's so small, and it's because Between the Lines was made between the veins. You'll never find a vein in Between the Lines. So anyways, that's my thing. And I always like trying new things. I like trying new cigars. I like trying stuff I've never smoked. Um, you know, there's always. I look at cigars as kind of like athletes. You have all the Michael Jordans out there and all the big superstars. But for every big superstar, there's about 500 other athletes or thousands of athletes that never made it. Doesn't
Right.
mean they weren't good. It just means they wasn't in the right place at the right time to become popular. I look at the same thing with cigars. Maybe they didn't have the funding. Maybe they didn't have the big machine behind them to push them so that people could get to know who they were.
Right.
Doesn't mean it was a bad cigar. They just didn't have what the major brands had. Or the major brands never saw them, or maybe they decided to pick up their nephew instead of pick up somebody else.
Right.
Same thing.
Right.
Because this industry, I mean, as much as you want to say it, or what you can say whatever you want to say, a lot of stuff is about who you know and opportunities that you get.
Mhm.
And that's why you always got to stay ready.
Right.
You know, what Eminem said, only got one. Look, sometimes you got to get out there, boy.
You gotta get out there.
You got to get out, and when the opportunity comes, once in a lifetime, you got to be able to move.
Right.
You know,
What's up, Uncle Lee Mac? Got Uncle Lee Mac in the building. What's going down, Uncle Lee Mac? Now, Ron, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'm gonna be honest with you, and when I can honestly say, like, cause we brothers, so I can tell you, and everybody know I'm gonna be honest about stuff, and like with Caffey, I've had some Caffey cigars, and it didn't only two that hit my palate right was your RTB Maduro and the Connecticut, which the Connecticut, that's a great anytime smoke. You can smoke it in the morning. Me preferably, I would smoke that cigar in the morning. That's just me because it goes so well with coffee. But you know that your finale and Caffey's Kuwait Diplomat cigar.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah.
Those are the only two cigars. Shout out to Shadow because Shadow put me on to that cigar.
You know, I still haven't tried that cigar
You
yet.
still haven't tried it? Well, you have to make a phone call to Caffey. Look, bruh.
Yeah, I got.
Yeah,
I got
bro.
to
Hey,
make
bro.
that phone call, man.
Hey, bruh. Hey, Caffey, bruh. Let me try that cigar, bruh.
Man, we family. Let me get one.
Yeah, let me get one.
I'll pay for it. Just let me get one.
Yeah. So like because I mean same because I feel the same way like when it comes to a lot of you know celebrity sticks, like celebrity cigars. Like I'm gonna tell you when it comes like when I had Caffey, it's a hit and miss for me.
Okay.
It's a hit and miss. Just same thing with La Aurora. It's a hit and miss for me. Cause I had the Karl Malone cigar.
Oh yeah.
I had Karl Malone cigar and I didn't like it. I did not like it at all. And that goes to show you like I mean everybody's palate is different. I mean it's I met a guy that smoked that he loved Caffey. He loved Caffey cigars. And this is a while, but this is actually before I met you. And he was talking about, he was like, man, just Caffey does my palate right. And I was like, man, I can't vouch for that for me.
Right.
You know that goes to show you that that's one thing I love about cigars. Cause it's always different.
Yeah.
Somebody's palate, just say the cigar I'm smoking now. Somebody may pick it up and say, oh man, nah, this not for me. But you never know. Somebody may pick it up and say, bro, this is the best cigar I've ever had. So I don't know what you're talking about right now.
Yeah.
But see, I guess that's why cigars are so they're such a great conversation starter. They're such a good conversation starter when it comes to, like when it comes to just this tiny little thing rolled up with leaves.
Right.
You set it on fire, and then no matter what you smoking, somebody be like, hey man, what you smoking? I'm like, well, I'm smoking this and that. Brother, why you smoking that? Well, man, try this. Like, well, what if I don't want to try that? And so you never know. You make a long time friend from that.
Right.
So so here's my another thing. So what upcoming events do you have going for yourself right now?
Trying to clear my palate. I'm in Texas this weekend, visiting you and a couple other different places on camps and stuff. Outside of that, next weekend I'm in Arizona. Shout out to Puro in Arizona, and then doing a golf tournament as well. Shout out to my man B, Red Level Entertainment, out in Arizona. Also, he's in Chi-Town.
Okay.
So going out there, got requested to come out, gonna go support his events that he has going on. And then after that, I've got a BCA in Indiana, and there's a couple of other stuff going on. We just gotta solidify the details before I start doing announcements on it. And that, you know what, that's the other thing I've learned growing up in this industry. Like, don't talk till you have to.
Right.
If ain't nothing to talk about, ain't nothing to talk about.
Right.
I was good for getting excited about things. Hey man, boom, 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 boom. The next thing you know, you don't do it, and all of a sudden everybody's like, that lion. Then all of a sudden you become a lion AMF, and it's like, no, it wasn't a lie. It was on the table. The deal just didn't come through.
Right.
Like I've had that situation. So anyways, growing up. But yeah, that's my schedule right now. I'll be back in the Queen City tomorrow, unless my stay gets extended. Then I'll be back Wednesday morning.
Okay. Well, all right. So what is so far through this year? I always ask people this question because I just want to know what is one of the best cigars that you smoked this year? Out of the cigars that you smoked, what is the best one that you smoked? Because I'm gonna say the best one that I smoked, but I want you go first.
I mean, that changed when I used it. It's hard to say that because I've been going through some testing situations.
Mhm.
My main focus has really been on.
Right.
But I had an Agnos Supreme Leaf that really shocked me.
Mhm.
Wasn't expecting it.
Which one? Which size was it?
It was Toro size.
Toro size. Okay.
Yeah. I had. I already smoked that picky joint. I had two of them.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that shocked me.
Man, look. Look.
That really, because when I looked at it, I thought, man, is this like a clown situation? Like, is it like a
And you know,
is it a gimmick? And I was thinking, was it a gimmick?
Quesada's another factory for me. Like they're another manufacturer for me where it's kind of a hit and miss. Some of their cigars are good, but I honestly the barbecue pig, that's the best one that I've had from them.
Oh, the one I sent you a picture of last night.
Oh, the street taco.
The street taco.
Shout out to Rojas. Shout out to Rojas.
Oh my goodness, that took me for a loop.
Right.
Because I was nodding. I was like, okay, here we go, another 10 minutes.
Somebody told me it actually tastes like a street taco, but I was like, what?
I mean, I don't know. We had street tacos last night, so I mean, I guess that's why it went well. It went well in it.
Yeah.
But it was a great stick. Shout out to my man James, Phoenix Lounge. Those guys had me in last night, and man, showed me nothing but love all night, man. We were up there, you know, cigars, drinks, food, swimming pool, watching UFC, MMA stuff, and in all honesty, great conversation with great guys. Those guys get together at least once a month, and they pour into each other. To me, that situation is what a lounge should be about.
Right.
They get together once a month, and they pour into each other, and it's not always heavy conversation. It's just sometimes it's just, man, they be cracking on each other hard, man, and I be laughing. I was laughing, you know. And hey, I got labeled the F and G. You know, hey, he's a freaking new guy. We're gonna get him. I was like, hey, let's go, bring it on.
Right.
So, but I got a feeling I'm gonna be considered the new guy for a while.
Mhm.
But it was a great time, man. Great camaraderie, great conversations,
Mhm.
great moments of encouragement across the board. And for me, that was a great opportunity. But yeah, that cigar, the street taco. I mean, I don't have one, man. It's hard because each one blew me away at a different moment in time.
At a different moment of time, right? Which that's a great answer. Yeah, you know, you never really hear that a lot. You know, you never really hear that a lot. But here's another question, because I know you're big with pairings. I know you're big with certain pairings. When you smoke your cigar, because I know you're a slow smoker. You're a slow smoker. You like to you pay a lot of attention to detail in your cigars, stuff that you get, and that's one thing I also admire you about too, because like you know, you take your time. You don't smoke. You don't just hotbox it. You actually really take your time, but also you pay attention to a lot of pairings too. So when it comes, you know, can you drop a little knowledge for people that are getting into pairing cigars with, you know, with different whiskeys and, you know, well, you're not really big on wine, but you will drink some wine.
Yeah, I will drink wine. But
You will drink wine.
Yeah. I'll drink a lot of just for a wine kick situation. For someone who's, let's say smoking a medium to full body, and you know, close on the full side of the flavor spectrum of a Maduro, I would definitely go with something red and bold.
Right.
Just so it can keep up. And as far as your palate dry, that's up to you.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Ron, that Tawny Port. Everybody that watched the review that I did on that Cohiba M, if you guys haven't checked that out, go check it out, man. I'm telling y'all right now, that 40 year, that Tawny Port wine was like cognac, man.
That port is always a little stronger. That port's a little stronger than your basic red.
And it made you want more. That's one thing. And then, like along with the cigar, I know you haven't smoked that yet, the new Cohiba M. All right, so that was Cohiba's. This is Cohiba's first time making the cigar in the U.S. So El Titan de Bronze is the one that they rolled their stuff. I think I told you this already.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Yeah, we talked about it, and just the fact that with that pairing alone, that was like I could say as far as pairing wise, that's one of the best pairings that I've had. And knowing me, I usually go for because everybody that knows me, they know that I love my whiskey 100 proof or more.
Yes.
I love my whiskey 100 proof or more, and you know, oh hey auntie, a lady in cigars in the building.
What's up, Auntie?
What's up auntie? Um, so 'cause I know you love paying attention to your pairing when you're smoking your cigar.
Yeah, because I don't want the cigar to disappear.
Right.
You know, so and I'll speak to my cigar. So the Connecticut blend, the 1884 Empreneers,
Mm-hmm.
I believe it pairs well um, with the Connecticut.
The 1884. That's the white label,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Now is the because I haven't had now. Shout out to Shadow again because Shadow sent me that bottle, that 1856. Is it different? Is the taste on the white label different? Is much lighter? I heard it's much lighter.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot lighter.
Mm.
The intensity, boldness, it's all very different. Um, I don't want to say it's like going from like the regular Jack Daniels to the regular Jack Daniels to the single barrel, but it's kind of in that time frame. I mean,
Right.
in that as far as taste goes,
Mm-hmm.
you get more fullness and boldness out of the original than you do the 1884.
Right.
So and that's why it goes well. And you know the funny thing is, you know, Cupcake is the one that she was sitting in 1884 smoking in Connecticut. She was,
Right.
this actually goes well. And I was like, what? Please.
Right.
And I tried it. I was like, yeah, actually that does. It really does.
Shout out to Cupcake, man.
You know, and with the Maduro, I try to stay within 90, no more than 95.
Mm.
Just because anything past that, it's not a full body and you know cigar where it's gonna make you sick.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you don't have something to eat with it. So therefore, if it's not that strong, then you can't walk up on it with a 101 Wild Turkey and think you're
Right.
still gonna taste the cigar after you sipped that Wild Turkey. It's just not gonna happen.
Right.
So it's
You
easier.
talking about the wild turkey rare breed?
The Wild Turkey 101.
Oh, 101.
Yeah.
Yeah, 101 is pretty strong.
That's what I'm saying. You can't drink that
Yeah.
and think you're gonna taste the finale. It's not
The
gonna
finale,
happen.
right.
All you gonna taste is the fact that you got smoke in your mouth.
Retro,
So-
retro hell is super nice.
Yeah, switch that water and watch what it do to it. So yeah, and I mean, but the thing is also after that, after I've already gone through all of that, yeah, I'll mess around and pull out a proof.
Mm.
You know, because I already know what the cigar does. I already know what I'm gonna get, and sometimes I'm testing to see if let me see if I can't get something out of it.
I like that. I like so. Now, for everybody in the chat, we got 15 people in here in the building. Shout out to everybody that's sticking with us and watching, man. I really appreciate y'all for tuning in. So for anybody that has questions for Mr. Ron Brown, please put them in the chat, and we'll get to those questions. In the meantime, Ron, this is what I wanna. My question, another one of my questions for you is where. If I know where to find your cigars, but if people looking for your cigars, where can they find them?
You can go to vsrcigarfam.com.
VSRCigarFam.com.
Yes. And then also you can go to boutiquesmoke.com.
BoutiqueSmoke.com.
Yeah, shout out to the Boutique Smoke family.
Mm-hmm.
Getting ready to do the Boutique Cigar Festival in Indiana. It's gonna be an awesome time, man. We're expecting a good crowd out there.
So your cigars, they come in 20 count boxes?
No, this one right now comes in 10 count boxes.
Mm-hmm.
But there, be on the lookout for a transition.
Mm.
With a lot of new things getting ready to happen. I'll answer it by saying, like I said earlier, if you was here earlier, I believe in collaboration, and I'll leave it at that.
Right. Got AD the Cigar Man in the building. What's up, AD?
So,
What's up, Joe from Evil Empire? What's going down? Shadow said, "Where can I get that outfit that Ron has so it looks comfy and well put together?"
really, Shadow? That's how we doing it? What's up, man?
The boutique smokes clothes and cigars.
No.
No. Oh boy.
It's just cigars.
Just cigars.
BoutiqueSmoke.com.
When you are like, so when what? Oh, here's this is a question. So this gonna take you back. When you first got your hold on. How was your process when you first got your test blends in of your own cigar? How well, explain that moment for me. Like explain that moment to me. How did you feel? What was the process that you took to test out those blends to figure out what you wanted to do?
All 3 times was different.
Mm-hmm.
The first time I was extremely new to the process. I was going through. I knew the flavors that I wanted to taste,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll be honest. I didn't always know what leaf I wanted to get the flavor I wanted.
Right.
I just knew I knew the flavors. So I would sit down with the blender and be like, "Hey, look, this is what I want. This is the flavor I want. I want this kind of spice or that kind of spice." I didn't have the knowledge to say to give me the Lajero and the different things, and I'm still learning that as well. But still, I didn't have the knowledge to go, okay, I told you, that's a one. Yeah, excuse us, sorry, it was a sidebar right quick. So for me, that process, it was exciting. I was happy. I was loving it. It was really a great situation for me. I put together a team of guys, and we got together every Sunday. And we would sit at my friend, shout out to Bill, man, you'll be hearing some big things from him, man. I'll just say William Henry, and when it comes out, you'll know what I'm talking about. But shout out to Bill, doing big things, man, testing out a few things on his own.
Mm-hmm.
The man behind William Henry, I'll leave it at that.
Mm-hmm.
Then we would sit at his table, man. It was 3 of us, 4 of us sometimes. Mainly it was 3. We sat there and we would go through cigars, man, and we're like, nope, that's not it. We have the almonds, the ice, and stuff, just to clear the palate. Trying to, and sometimes we just got to brush our teeth.
Right.
Sometimes with toothpaste and sometimes without, but we just had to clear it, and then maybe eat an almond after brushing your teeth and stuff, just kind of get rid of the minty taste.
Mm-hmm.
But that was that situation. Then that was the first time. The second time, man, I jumped in the car and I drove 12 hours to Caffey's office. I had just finished working a 12-hour shift, or 12 hours down to him. I was tired, but I was hyped.
Mm-hmm.
And as I went through that experience, it was on a different level. Man, we filled up a freaking 5-gallon bucket, it felt like, just full of cigars.
Really?
Smoking, nope, that ain't it. Smoking, nope, that ain't it. Oh, wait a minute, that's a possibility.
Right.
Yup. Nope. Okay, possibility. Okay. All right, we're gonna go with this one. All right, the other way. On to the next level. And then this last time, it was more about leaps. It was more about percentages as far as what I want to taste and what I believe will give me what I want, and where on the leaf, where on the plant is this coming from, and what I need to know combustibility of it. We're matching, making sure we're matching so we can get a good burn all the way across. Because if you got high combustibility in the middle and you don't on the top, or if you got high on the outside and nothing in the filler,
Mm-hmm.
you go from getting a tone to being a cone.
Right. Yeah.
And are we making sure that we're matching combustibilities? Are we making sure that we're actually doing what is called blending?
Right.
Are we doing the best to blend? And then do we know everything about that leaf?
Right.
Where it comes from? 6
Climate.
years ago, when it was harvested, do we know what the temperature was, or what the climate, like you said, the climate, or what was going on? Because when you come back, let's say 3 years from now,
Mm-hmm.
and you're going to start doing the same thing, You know, you can get a leaf, or you can get a plant, you can leaf off a plant in that same area, but I guarantee the climate and the weather is going to be different. So that plant's going to be different.
So would you say like with so is it hard to keep up with the consistency? Because like I could say consistency with the cigars, everything is well. Like I speak highly of the Oliva V series, the Series V Melanio, the Oliva V Melanio. Every time you pick up that cigar, even the Series V, it's always consistent. Every time you pick it up. So like would you say it's difficult? Like it's difficult to keep a cigar consistent because of the because the weather changes. Like climate when it comes to your cigar. Would you say it could be difficult?
I would say ask me that in 5 years.
5 years. Okay, 5 years. Okay.
Because that's the battle that I'm going to make sure that I fight.
Right.
To make sure that I'm consistent. I'd love to tell you, nah, it's not hard. But ask me that in 5 years when I've got to go through,
Right.
After having, let's say, 3 years worth of tobacco, and I've got to make sure that when I'm purchasing more tobacco, or in fact, purchasing more tobacco, can we make sure that we're consistent with the first
Right.
from 3 years ago?
Right.
You know, so that's more along the lines of what
So
I'm thinking.
another question too. I'm just popping out questions. They just come to my head now.
Okay.
So when it comes to your cigar, when it comes to you testing out, just say if Kathy brought the idea, say, okay, man, look, we're gonna try something new with this, and I want to see your thoughts on it. So what is in that blend? What exactly are you looking for? First thing when you smoke that cigar, what is the first thing that you're looking for, and knowing your palate and what you want in your cigar? What's the first thing that you look for?
First thing I'm gonna see how it feels in my hand.
Okay.
Am I squeezing it? Can I squeeze it? Can I get my 2 fingers to touch? That kind of thing. And just overall construction and look. Does it have a nice sleek look to it? Does it have smooth? And some of y'all be like, sleek, smooth. Trust me, I picked up cigars that look like this all throughout the cigar. You're like, man, this is kind of like a bumpy roller coaster. What the heck did they do? And when they roll it, was it a smooth roll? Or was it bunched together and you see the crevices and the dips and the valleys of the cigar? Or when you look at it, does it look smooth?
Right.
As much as we want to say it's about the smoke and the flavors off the gate, if they've never smoked your cigar, they're going to have to go off the look or whether or not they're going to pick it up or not.
Right.
If it doesn't look right, 9 times out of 10 they won't smoke it unless somebody just said, I know it looks funny, but smoke it. It'll change your life.
Right. Well, because I guess, honestly, I could say, Illusione. I go with Illusione. Illusione, when I smoke the Rothschild, it's not the prettiest cigar. It's not the prettiest looking cigar in the world, but that is a fantastic smoke. So I had to, I guess for me as a consumer, because that's all I'm just a consumer. So, I guess when it comes to figuring out what you want to smoke, just say if you want to smoke something you've never seen before. Of course, appearance does mean everything, but you never know what you're going to get when you pick up that cigar.
Right.
I guess that's what makes cigars so special, because you never know. The cigar could be ugly as hell,
right, but still smoke.
But still smoke great. That's the thing.
Greatest smoking cigar, but it's just as ugly as all get.
Yeah. I seen the Martinez cigars. I've seen those. Those aren't the prettiest looking cigars in the world
Great
at all.
smoke,
But I heard that they're great smokes, though.
Yeah.
So that's just it's just crazy. Just learning more about cigars, because you never stop learning.
Right.
You never stop learning, man. And I don't know everything at all. What I'm saying. I know what I know, and I do my homework on stuff.
Right.
And I know, for me as a consumer, I think if you're really true to the game that you say that you are, you would continue no matter what you smoke, it's just automatic. You look up what you're smoking. I think that's important. You look up what you smoke. You look up the region, the origin that it came from. You look up the type of blend, like who's behind the blend. What what was the process on it? How are they when it comes to the priming of their tobacco? Stuff like all that stuff is important. And I that's just me as a person. Maybe
And I mean, but once I get past that, it's about I'm going through and feeling the cigar, feeling the construction of the cigar. When I cut it, how does it cut?
right.
Making sure that cigars are kept well.
Mhm.
I mean, if you let it dry out, then it's gonna burn like kindling. If it's too
Ash myself.
if it's too
Ooh, that's hot.
yeah, it holds heat, bro.
Woohoo!
Yeah, that joint holds.
Ooh, that's hot. But I'm sorry. What
Yeah.
were you saying wrong?
But I mean, I just me personally, I mean, that's next on my list. Cutting the cigar, how it cuts, how it lights,
Mhm.
and then from there I go into, the flavors. Oh, I skipped a step. I also check what am I smelling as far as the cigar when I sniff the cigar, or if I do a dry pull on it. What am I getting?
Mhm.
Am I getting anything? I know for me, everybody has their own thing. I know if I'm smoking a cigar and I smell the cigar and I start to feel it right here, I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, yeah, I already know this might be.
Wait, you talking about the cigar hit you right there?
Yeah, it hits you
So
like right
like
there.
with like a shot of Patron or something,
It's
hit you right there. Get
It's like
that little bird.
You almost look like you got an indigestion. You need to go get some Tums.
Boy, indigestion be killing. Yeah.
You're like, and we got some Tums.
Right.
And these are just things I look for sometimes in cigars. I'm trying to see, especially if I'm trying to get a full body stick, something full body, full flavor. I'm like, is it gonna hit here?
Right.
Is it gonna give me that? Oh, wait a minute.
Right.
And the other thing is sometimes it is a lot of what am I trying to get out of a cigar?
Mhm.
If I light up a Connecticut and it hits me here, I'm like, oh, wait a minute.
Right.
Okay, this got a little more kick. And it's everything from medium to full, and that wasn't what I was looking for.
Right.
Something like that. But I mean, it depends on what cigar I'm smoking, whether I'm expecting it to be mild, or medium, or full, and what flavor profiles I'm trying to get out of it. That's my process. So it changes.
It changes. Okay. So like when it comes to how do you get your cigars have really good construction on them. When that's one thing I will say that your cigars have really good. It stacks dimes. It stacks dimes for sure. It stacks dimes. How do you go about that process of making sure that your cigars have the great construction that they do?
Well, shout out to Oscar and the guys done in Honduras, and they make sure that happens. It's a trust.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, it's really a trust that they know that you're gonna pour into them, so they realize that this cigar represents them.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're dealing in countries like Honduras, where in all honesty, they get paid fractional pennies compared to what we get paid here in the United States and across the world.
Mm-hmm.
And the only thing they have is respect.
Right.
Making sure respect is brought back to the factory, and if respect's brought back to the factory, then they can continue to work and they can continue to provide for their family. So, it's ongoing conversations, and it's research in the beginning before you even start working with the factory. You say, hey, here's my expectation, what's yours? If I don't get my expectation, then I'm coming back to have a separate conversation.
Right.
We talk about it, we find out, and the thing is, this is handmade. It's made by another human. It's not done by a machine. So the reality is mistakes happen. The reality is there's going to be a time where something may not hit right.
Right.
And you're like, pause for a second. And you make a call and you're like, hey guys, this is what I'm getting. I need you to do some research and find out, who did what.
Right.
A lot of factories, they have serial numbers, so that they can go back to, they can find out who the roller is that actually rolled that batch.
Right.
So they can go back to that person and be like, okay, we need to check your inventory now.
Mm-hmm.
Or we need to check your history of your rolling and making sure that it's producing what it's supposed to. And then they may have to actually go back and have a separate conversation with that particular roller and show them something new.
Mm-hmm.
Or reach train. It's important. My thing is just to maintain good construction. It's about conversations
Right.
and realizing that when somebody comes to you with a construction issue,
Mm-hmm.
um, I'm not saying don't take it personally. Yeah, take it personally, but don't take offense to the fact that you end up being mad at the person who brought it to you.
Right.
Okay, look, if anything, you need to be humbled and embarrassed that
Mhm.
it actually happened,
Mm-hmm.
and apologize and be apologetic and say, hey, look, I don't know it. Because in all honesty, as brand owners, we weren't there unless we rolled it ourselves. So we don't know. But it's our job to fix it
Right.
and get to the bottom of it and find out what's going on and fix the situation.
Right. That's man. That's. That was good. That was a good answer.
I do what I can
I
sometimes.
like that. I like that.
Don't tell nobody.
Man, I'm gonna tell you right now. I was me, cause this is my first time just doing this. I know, like, I had, Martina Maya. Shout out to Martina Maya. I had him on the channel. We did a live review, but this is actually the first time I having an owner on here. So that's, I'm learning as I go with this, and just, for you, for the, being able to speak to you and talk to you in person and actually, pick your brain on some, with some questions about your cigar, you know. I just, it's just, for me, it's an honor, and I'm thankful to be able to do this with you. And man, anybody have questions in the chat?
Yeah. It's an honor to be here, man. It's an honor to be honest with you, man. Been watching you do your thing, man.
Hey man,
Look.
hey, I've been trying, man. I've been trying. I said I was gonna, start. Not just do cigar reviews. It's cool to do cigar reviews. I love doing cigar reviews. But just sometimes you can change it up and switch it up. And this is just this is really just this is not just a. I'm not looking at this as like an interview. You alright? Okay. I'm not looking at this like an interview, man. This is just this is just smoke talk, man. We just talk good talk. Two brothers talking about cigars, man. This is just something, Oh, speaking of, because we have shout out to Double H. Double H, he's in the chat right now. He's in the UK. So if Double H wanted to order your cigars, would they be able to get to him in the UK?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
No issues at all. Okay.
Not unless they got some type of embargo or some kind of ban, but
Right.
outside of that, if it doesn't matter, you put the order in, we let you know what the shipping costs.
Right. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely. So, question for you. How's that working for you?
It's working.
It's working?
It's working. Let's see. James said, any new lines from RTB?
James, what? Just James? That's all I said?
This James Britt.
Yeah. Shout out to James. What's up, bro?
Any new lines coming from RTB?
Yes. We're putting in work. We're putting in a lot of work. Like I've always said, I believe in collaboration. And I'm very excited about some new things that we're working on. It's just a matter of time. And all I'll say is stay tuned. Follow me on Instagram, RTB_cigars. That's the best way to follow me. Stay tuned on there because when new things pop out, that's where it's gonna pop. Outside of Fred and some other places that may get into it, but I can honestly say 9 times out of 10, I mean really kind of 10 out of 10, Fred's gonna be the first place that's gonna get it. Hey. You look like Smokey over there for a minute.
Hey.
Look like Smokey over there.
We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about this.
Man, and just shout out to everybody, to be honest with you, because man, it's when the pandemic hit, things kind of slowed down. I mean,
That's another direction I was going to. So with the pandemic, as a brand owner, when the pandemic hit, what was your thinking process? Like what was your style of thinking at that time? Like, okay, look, I can't be on the road, so I got to figure out something else. What was going through your mind at that time?
In all honesty, if you remember when the pandemic hit, I had just got back from Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I was getting good traction. Name was getting out there, starting to hit a lot of different places, go a lot of different places and different things, and I was on the road. So when the pandemic hit, I had to slow down. I have older people in my life that I had to think about, and at the end of the day, it's family first.
Right.
Um, it's not business first; it's family first.
Right.
Because you can always rebuild a business. You lose a family member, that family member's gone. So I slowed down, and I'll not lie, man. For like the first 2 weeks, it was rough because I didn't know what to do or how to do it.
Right.
Because I had just thought at the time, I thought I had figured out the roadmap
Right.
and what I needed to do.
Mm-hmm.
It was nothing for me to leave my house in Charlotte, head to Raleigh, come back to Charlotte, go to Columbia, go to Charleston,
Mm-hmm.
and then come back to Charlotte. And I've done that particular cycle more than once, and that's in a 24-hour period.
Yeah.
And so, it was rough. But then I sat down and I just started coming up with different plans.
Mm-hmm.
Started joining Zoom calls, live calls, which is where we started connecting. And just a lot of people I met and was able to get things out there and continue to grow as a brand owner. Which, if you've seen me on the first lives,
Mm-hmm.
you would not have expected to see me like this on this live.
Right.
Well, okay, hold on, that brother done changed his stripes.
Right.
And I met, shout out to Cigars for Warriors, Beatrice and Sarge. They represent Charlotte, North Carolina area for Cigars for Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw Miss B, I saw Beatrice yesterday. Matter of fact, it was yesterday.
Right.
Saw her yesterday, and no, sorry, yesterday was Sunday, day before, Saturday, excuse me. I saw her on Saturday. And, she told me, she said, man, I just want to commend you for the transition. She said, you're looking more like a brand owner.
Right.
She said, you are growing into being what you want to be. And that's the thing. So I had to make the changes in ability to make sales and ability to get in front of people, and become a different type of brand owner. And it worked. So that once I hit the road again, it was like the phone calls came in, and the congratulations were there, and people began to ask for more. So I'm here today. I'm in Arizona next weekend.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So also another pandemic question. Another pandemic question I want to ask you is, how has social media affected your your brand? How has it helped your brand?
It's helped tremendously. I honestly don't think the next two events, today or the one next weekend, would have been getting done if it was not for social media.
Mm-hmm.
And in all honesty, I can honestly say I don't think any of what I'm doing right now would have happened, because it all happened because of social media. Now, let me rephrase. I don't say it wouldn't have happened. The way it happened
Mm-hmm.
would have been different, because had I not jumped on social media, I would have had to pick up where I left off at. And where I left off at really wasn't able to do anything. I had just come off of a big week in Atlanta, and it would have been getting back to Atlanta to really start boosting all over again, and getting back to a lot of clients that I wasn't able to get to because of the pandemic. But now, some of those clients are calling and saying, hey, we see you moving. Can we go ahead and make an order? Heck yeah, you can. Yes, go ahead. So, but social media has helped a great deal. VSR Cigar Fam, they've helped. BoutiqueSmoke.com has been a great help. Let's see, I want to say Stone Mountain, not be Stone Mountain. People out there. I mean, there's so many different people out. Forgive me and no disrespect, but there's been people that have reached out to me because they got on those two websites and it's like, hey man, we want to support. We see what you're doing. We believe in it.
Right.
So social media has been ridiculous, where some people have lost traction, and and they had to start over, and the pandemic started to slow down. Um, I just kind of I slowed down, like I said, for about 2 weeks, and then after 2 weeks, I just kind of figured out how to change the game and get back into it. So social media was like a major part of it.
Right.
I was able to hit the road and keep going and reach out to people. So it's been phenomenal.
Right.
Social media is great.
Man, I've noticed one thing about I've noticed one thing about you. When it comes to you branding your cigar, you use social media a lot. You use social, not just the lives. You actually you post, you actually put your stuff out there. Um, you actually put when you have your events, you got your stuff going on. You actually have, you take out the time, you get on, you go straight to Instagram. Do you have Facebook groups? Is that in the works, like doing the RTB Cigars Facebook group, anything like that?
I actually have a Facebook page.
Mm-hmm.
I use it too as much as I can. And in all honesty, I just found out that there was more traction being done with Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
And it's faster to go to Instagram, do the Instagram, take the link, copy it, and post it on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And then they can go back and forth between the Facebook and Instagram.
Right.
And that's just the way, if I'm doing live right quick, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be Facebook. It's going to be Instagram.
It's going to be Instagram. Okay.
Yeah. And then I'll tag Facebook with the Instagram link.
Right. So that's, I think that's, so I think social media has helped out a lot of people, especially when it came to a lot of people that just go from, a lot of people have to learn just to do other things different. It's nothing wrong with the traditional way.
Mm-hmm.
The traditional way, word of mouth.
Mm-hmm.
That's always been the traditional thing, is word of mouth. And one thing I can say, one thing just knowing you and things that it's things that we've taught each other when it comes to the social media thing.
Yeah.
How big, how important it is to use hashtags and all that stuff. I commend you on actually, not sticking to that traditional way when it comes to getting your brand out there. Because I gotta say it again. Shout out to 1502 Cigars, because they're very traditional. They don't really use social media like that. But I also, I think in this new day and age, I think you need to use that. If you plan on getting your brand out there, you have to have some type of social media. Because that's what everybody's on their phones now.
Yeah, use every resource you can.
Yeah, use every resource you can, and I think that that's important. And so one thing, it's easy to find you. It's easy to find you, especially if if you follow us on Instagram. We're always on there.
Right.
If you don't see me, you'll see Ron. If you don't see Ron, you'll see me, or if you'll see us both on a live together.
Yeah.
And mainly most of the time we just be talking and bullshit. That's really all we do.
Yeah.
Just like now, it's just for this I wanted to be a little different with this, because this is I'm introducing you to people who don't follow us on Instagram, and
right.
bringing you to my to my YouTube platform. And I think that's important to do too, because I know a lot of people don't really do it often.
Right.
And so shout out to Kevin from Cigar Prop. I know you on Kevin. Kevin's from Cigar Prop, so shout out to Kevin. Shout out to him, man. Shout out to
him
Kevin.
and his wife.
Yeah, him and his wife. Yeah, him and his wife, man. Shout out to y'all, man.
Lovely one.
that was a great, man. I was so happy when you don't understand. I was at work so I was at work too. I was like, that's Ron. That is Ron. That's my boy. My boy is on the Cigar Prop, man. Look, man.
Shout out to him, man. He was a gracious man, great person, great questions, great opportunity. Had a lot of fun, man. Talk some trash, talk some serious, but just have fun across the board, man. And that's all you can ask for. Being on anybody's platform, man, is covering the gamut of what you do, man. But what is whereby?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would have never met Laura, who is big at BCP, Best Cigar Prices.
Right.
I met her, got to talk to her on the whereabouts first, and flew up there to hang out with the guys from Protocol.
Mm-hmm.
And shout out to those guys, man. Kevin, Juan, the Tarsies, Johnny Smokes Uncut, Grey Wolf. I mean, everybody, man. I mean, we all are on there. Princess J, and I mean, these are people that James, the guy that I was just hanging with yesterday. I met him on Smoke In with Abe. In that situation, the thing is, there's a lot of room on shelves, but when you meet other brand owners that believe in co-opetition and it's not about a competition,
right?
Where you don't go around blocking people and bad mouthing people. You go, hey, look, if you smoke a cigar and you think it's a good smoke, you say, hey, I think it's a good smoke. Whether or not it hits you at your spot or not, hey, don't hit me at my palate, but I'm sure there's some people it'll appeal to. Hey, give it a shot. And that's open doors, and I don't mind going places that I'm at, and if I think that environment reaches the protocol family or Johnny Smokes, J Train, if I think it meets that family, hey, check them out. I think they're a good fit for you.
Right.
And that's the important thing is knowing, number one, knowing who you are and where you're going, and not being a jealous person and somebody trying to smash somebody, man. Social media opened all those doors, man.
Right.
Doors like I said, they would not have opened because I would have not known Protocol or any of those guys. And I got to give a shout out to my girl Heather. She's helped open a bunch of doors. Who was it? Amber Branch. She's opened a bunch of doors.
Right.
And it's just a matter of them working and thanks James for your question about the other anything new.
Speaking of James asked another question too. He asked about any merch from RTB.
I'm just going there. How did I know you was gonna do that, James? Hey, look, James. All I'm gonna say, it's rare to find someone with as much energy,
right,
that you have about your own product,
right.
And I was introduced to James through a mutual friend. Shout out to Bruce. Bruce wrote an article about me in Cigar Journal, and though James and Bruce know each other, and Bruce felt like it was like a really good fit. He and I have to give credit where credit's due. Bruce was spot on. There is all kinds of merch coming, and when you see it,
because you already have your glasses, right?
I have the glasses,
the
and
RTB
the
glasses.
but there are other things getting ready to come. We're getting ready to start placing orders on some things, and a lot of them, to be honest, are going to be by ordering. But we'll have like 1 or 2, maybe 3 or 4 in stock. So when you order it, maybe we can ship it right there. If not, it'll be a process as far as you order it by this time it'll get to you.
Right.
Right now the glasses, you get the decanter and the 4 glasses. It's about a week and a half, 2 week turnaround depending on how far you live. It's $100 plus shipping, and boom, it's a good looking sleek set. I like it, of course. I picked it, of course. I don't like it.
Right.
There are some things I'm not gonna give away. The house we're gonna bring it in first, do a photo shoot with it. But there's a lot of things coming that are gonna be RTB on them, and some of it's gonna we may probably do like some kind of special giveaway or something once it all drops. But when you see that stuff, man, credit goes to James as an amazing ambassador / rep who is extremely well organized, extreme go-getter.
Right.
And one thing I can tell you is when James brings an idea to a table, it's not just an idea. James has the when, where, how, when. I mean, it's there.
Right.
And I was like, okay, this is how we can do this. This is what this is going to cost. This is how, maybe not go this way but this way I think is a better way. And he came to the table with a game plan. And you ever met a person that they come with a game plan, all of a sudden they die off, and like, okay, he lost his wind. This cat ain't lost wind yet. It's like he got a jet engine behind him.
Right.
And when it gets to a quarter of a tank, he takes the cap off while it's still running, just fills it right back up while he's still flying. and he's constantly on that move, man. And the ideas and stuff that he has are just freaking amazing. Um, if you come to BCA, um, James and I will be at BCA
BCA.
doing for the Boutique Cigar Association in August.
Okay, now here's a question I've been wanting to ask you, Ron. And I've asked you before. So I'm gonna ask it on this platform here.
Oh boy! All right, go ahead.
Any plans in P-Rose said need that merch.
Tell him, P-Rose.
So is there any plan that we will see RTB at TPE or PCA?
Um,
Is that something that's in the works?
that is something that I definitely want to happen.
Mm-hmm.
That is definitely something I want to happen. Um, but that's a growth process. That's growing into that, and that's not putting the cart before the horse. Because I don't believe I should do any event and when I leave it I'm broke.
Right. True.
I shouldn't spend my life savings to go somewhere, and I need to be able to do it and know that at the end of the day it's not going to slow down business
Right.
if I don't sell anything.
Right.
Go into it wide open, saying yes, I'm going to make sales, I'm going to sell, I'm going to open into new markets, but I'm also a realist that I don't go into anything saying, well dang, if I don't sell anything, then I can't do this.
Mm-hmm.
I just screwed up my business for the next 3 to 4 months, or 6 months, or God forbid a year, just by going to an event and spending $10,000.
Right.
Because at those events, you don't set yourself up. The union sets it up for you. The union moves. You have to pay union people for that.
Mm-hmm.
On top of the fact that you have to pay for that booth.
Right.
I'm sorry, that booth is not $500.
Right.
That booth is several $1,000s, and I don't want to go into it being cheap
Right.
and setting up a minimal booth. I want to make sure that the money is there to do what needs to be done, and I can represent the brand the right way. So when we are prepared in that situation to present ourselves with the best of our abilities,
Mm-hmm.
in the right light, we will be there.
Right.
And when you've got a machine behind you like James, who comes with those ideas, man, that's not going to take a long time.
Right.
That's not going to take a long time at all.
Right.
So
So TPE and all that stuff that's in the works. That's a plan.
That's a definite.
Definitely. Because it'll really be good. It'll be really good to see you there. It'll be really good to see you there. Because I know your hustle, and I know that you, I know what you're about. I know the person that you are, and it'll be really good to see RTB in the building for sure.
And I think part of that also is putting together the right team to be there.
Right.
There's no need for me to put that together and I'm the only one there. I can't reach everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I've got to have, 2 or 3 people that maybe while I'm talking to somebody else walks up, they can really have an educated conversation about RTB cigars, and they don't just go, oh, wait a minute, Ron will be done in just a minute. When you know good and well, there's no time expectation when you're talking to different people, especially about something that you're passionate about. You can take a 5-minute question and answer situation. Next thing you know, 30, 45 minutes later, you're still standing talking to the person.
Right.
And you don't want to be disrespectful. Hey man, thank you for coming. I gotta run. You want people to get to know you, people to get to know the real side of you,
Right.
and that you're a real person. And yes, you're a brand owner, but you're not an ass.
Right. I don't know. It's somebody in the chat being stupid. In the chat. No, like stupid. Y'all, if I do this more, having people on, then I'll for sure get mods. Get mods control. How some people actually do stupid stuff.
Right.
Put crazy stuff in the chat. That's what was going on.
Okay.
In the chat. So that's what I was looking at, while you were talking. No disrespect to you, but I was looking, but I ain't paying no mind. It don't bother me none.
You know what? If I worried about what people thought and what people said,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be sitting there.
There you go. You're right.
That's just being honest. And that's not me being cocky or me thinking I'm better than what I am. I'm a human being.
Right.
And at the end of the day, I'm a family man that's following his dreams and going for his passions. And, you know, I'm open for all kinds of conversation, but let's be educated with what we ask about.
Right.
And let's be respectful about what we ask about.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you come to me with a question that we'll say is disrespectful or out of pocket, your expectation is for me to be out of pocket so you can blast me.
Right.
But how would you not expect someone to be that way when you were out of pocket with your question?
Right. Yeah.
You know,
That's facts. Yeah.
roll up on somebody on the street and get out of pocket and see what your question, see what your answer's gonna be.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I'm a real dude and I'm just me, and I try to be, you know, as business minded as I can. But
Right.
I believe in turn the other cheek, but guess what? I run out of cheeks sometimes.
Yeah. I understand that, brother. We all human, man. We are
So
all human.
I don't even know what that was about. That's my answer on that.
Right. There you go. I mean, there you go.
So, and just so you know, I can't see none of y'all questions or nothing like that. So, whoever that was, you know, hey, be blessed. I'll let you.
Facts. Be blessed, man. That's all I can tell you. Man, I really thank you for being on the show, man.
Man, I so had a street response, but I got.
Yeah, you can't handle. Yeah. No.
I ain't.
No, Ron. No. I know you. No.
Hey, look, I'm just me, man.
I know, man. But I thank you again for stopping by, man. I really thank you for stopping by, man. It's been an honor to have you on.
I thank you for having me.
Hey, man, no problem. And we gonna do this again, man.
Oh,
you know,
for sure.
we gonna. I think I may start doing this more. Not often, not too often, but you know, for this to be the first, not for the first little live interview thing, I think it went well.
Yeah.
I think it went well, and I thank everybody in the chat. Still 15 strong in here.
Yeah. Appreciate
Thank you
you
guys.
jumping on,
Thank
man.
you guys for watching and tuning in.
They stay tuned in all the time, man. Hey,
Yeah,
we
stay tuned in all this
appreciate
time,
the
man.
love and
Thank
support,
you guys.
for sure.
So tell the people again where they can find your cigars.
Okay, yeah. You can find RTB Cigars at VSRCigarFam.com. It's Victor Sam Roberts, CigarFam.com. Also, BoutiqueSmoke.com. Both websites carry the blend. You can follow me on Instagram, RTB_cigars, as well as Facebook, RTB Cigars. And you can email me, rtbcigars@gmail.com.
There you go. RTB. This has been the live smoke talk with Brother Ron from RTB Cigars. Brother, it's been an honor having you.
Yes, sir.
My man. Thank you. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Till next time, y'all remember, stay lit, stay humble, and stay smoky. Y'all look for the links to, I'll have where you can find RTB Cigars in the description box. Make sure you guys check the description boxes. I'll have that in there, have that information in there for you guys. So, all right, man, we gonna see y'all in the next one, man. Y'all be easy, be cool, be smooth. We out.